Hi everyone, my name is Nicholas and this is Aria, and we'd like you to welcome to our second episode of Google Analytics 360 on Air. These are a series of live stream where we'll deep dive into various features and setups that will help you use the platform in a smarter way.
The idea is that with Google Analytics 360, you get to understand your customers to deliver better experiences and use insights to take action, such as improving your website or creating tailored audience lists and much more.
Join us for part 2 on our series of healthy Google Analytics setup to learn how to better understand your on-site behavior based on the most accurate data. So in today's agenda, we're going to have a look at what a good Google Analytics account health looks like, as well as giving you some tips and recommendations on account settings implementation, usage implementation, and finally, data accuracy implementation. And we'll round up with a series of questions. Now, I'm going to leave it to Aurea, who's going to walk you through some recommendations on how a healthy Google Analytics setup looks like.
So how does a healthy analytics setup look like? As a refresher of the previous live stream, it's important to know that Analytics 360 enables you to aggregate data, analyze data at scale, and take action from insights. Google Analytics is a powerful customer analytics product that is an integrated system to combine all data in one place. Systems work together seamlessly, not only breaking the silos within your traditional data structures, but also within your own business. It makes data the unifier, and that means you can go deeper in with your analysis. Most importantly, you can generate insights which translate into clear action to promote change in your organizations. Again, aggregating data from your site, media sources, CRM systems, or offline data can help you analyze at scale to evaluate performance of content, products, and campaigns. And lastly, take actions to make smarter decisions and optimize across all channels. The process is simple: aggregate, analyze, act. Today, we will focus on this first point: how to set up and aggregate accurate data. To be able to do this, it's important to ensure all the right settings are applied so that you can use analytics efficiently and accurately. Remember, a healthy analytics setup means getting 100% across all these 3 steps. So what are the 3 steps? The setup and aggregation of data, developing deeper insights, and then reaching a point where you can take data-driven decisions and action it. And lastly, this will lead to you understanding your business performance so that you have a consolidated site analytics and ads performance, enabling you advanced reporting features and customer acquisition capabilities. And also, this will lead to improving your business outcomes, bringing to light your KPIs and insights beyond ads to improve business strategy.
So here are the recommended Google Analytics setup. First part of this series, we talked about turn on your Google signals, and today we're going to look at account settings implementation, give you some tips, as well as usage implementation, data accuracy implementation. Overall, this is to give you a better, healthy GA account.
So, account settings implementation. Ever wonder how much of your traffic was actual human visitors and how much was really web data extraction, bots, or other web spiders? One of the first things we recommend as a tip for you to be seeing all this correct data is by setting a checkbox in a filter that filters out bots. Google Analytics will filter out all the traffic from known bots that distort the perceived behavior of your users. By selecting to filter bots out, you'll see a significant difference in your traffic patterns that will help you better understand your website visitors. You can also consider excluding IP addresses or URL parameters to see more accurate data, and consider overall GA as a trusted source of truth. So here I'm going to show you a quick demo of where you can select this bot filtering option. You go into admin, you go into view settings, and you'll simply find a checkbox to select bot filtering. It's that easy. So the next topic we wanted to cover would be usage implementation. Analytics 360 provides the tools and insights to capture the right data. And one of the key benefits of Google Analytics 360 would be to be able to link it to the different media products. It's a virtuous cycle that leads to smarter media buying. By connecting GA360 to Google Ads, Display and Video 360, optimized for A/B testing, or Google Ad Manager, you will be able to see improved targeting to create audiences, clearer conversions, behavior metrics, enhanced reporting, performance metrics, and most importantly, media cost. So linking your GA to your advertising accounts is another step to using Analytics 360 to its full potential. Integrating GA with Google Ads, Search Ads, Video, or Campaign Manager can really unlock opportunities for sharing data across platforms. By linking, you will also be able to do deeper analysis, build remarketing audiences, and streamline conversion tracking. Overall, you will be able to have a better understanding of the user journey from an ad click through site behavior, engagement, and conversion, and then have access to machine learning by asking GA intelligent semantic questions, or by leveraging SMART goals to easily get started and generate actionable insights. And lastly, track events and conversions beyond ad conversions by using GA goals to track your conversions and improve your bidding. And something I would also like to mention is what additional value can you get by linking your different media accounts? Deeper reporting, audience capabilities, and a more robust outcome tracking beyond your advertising products. So an example of what you can use it for is to, for example, integrate information from your CRM system into Analytics 360 using custom dimensions, or use Display and Video 360 to integrate with Analytics 360 and increase reach. Or, for example, run Analytics 360 enabled remarketing campaigns against standard. The possible results would be better conversion rate, lower cost per acquisition, or higher click-through rate. So we will provide some documentation and send it after the presentation. And here you'll have a quick demo on where you can link the different products. Go into admin, product linking, all products, and you link the product you want to link with the account. And that's it. So now I'll leave it to Nico to cover the next topics.
Capture the right data. It is essential for you to be active on analytics and consult your main reports on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. But it's more important for you to capture the right information, the right KPIs that matters to your business. Having clear, defined goals can help you achieving this, as well as adding the right custom dimensions and metrics for your cleaner and more accurate data. As I just said, you can implement some custom dimensions to bring in some of your CRM data into your reports for better offline and online vision of your customer journey. So this is couple of types of goals that you can implement: this destination, duration, page screen, or events, such as action defined as an event would be someone who triggers a video or read an article, click on something. So this is important. now that you're comfortable with your reports and you have the right goal set up, the right custom dimensions and metric in place, and you're familiar with acquisition, behavior on site of all your users, there's a way where you can create some reports and dashboards on Google Dashboards directly in the UI on the left, as you can see here, where I created just for this live stream today an ad hoc report on GA with some important reports that are just one click. I can go there anytime, apply some segments, apply some users, apply some different dates, and look at how this behaves in one overall view. So this is in GA directly. Or a second option would be linking your Google Analytics account to your Data Studio, which gives you better visualization and more flexible sharing processes, as you don't need a direct access to your analytics. Data accuracy and implementation. So I'm going to talk to you about the importance of auto-tagging, referral exclusions, and cross-domain tracking. Auto-tagging feature is the preferred way to bring Google Media into Google Analytics. This will automatically add your Google Click ID to the landing page, to all your landing page URLs. It allows you to import analytics goals in transaction and offer more detailed analytics reporting by collecting more data points. And finally, referral exclusion and cross-domain tracking. It's important for you to identify all your owned subdomains where GA is deployed, as well as third-party payment and login providers. For example, if you have an e-commerce website and a user comes to your website, purchases an item, and goes to a third-party payment website, put in all their credentials, and then come back to your website to the success page, this would be counted as 2 sessions, and the conversion for that item, for that purchase, would be attributed to that referral payment website and not to your campaigns, not to your other channels or whatever you're using. So it is important for you to stitch together the sessions to exclude that third-party payment, the URL, the domain. So GA would automatically link the session as a whole and doesn't count the third-party website at all. And on the opposite, if you own different subdomain to your website, you can implement cross-domain tracking. So when the user goes to one domain to another domain and then comes back, the cross-domain tracking would just stitch together the behavior of all the users across the subdomains. So again, I have attached some couple of documentation on how to implement this, and we will be sharing this with you later on. And finally, I want to touch base on the importance of rollup properties. Rollup properties are aggregate data from multiple analytics properties and lets you see that data together in the same reports. It can include data from both web and app properties, which can bring you all together. What's the importance of rollup property is it can, when you have user ID or client ID implemented as a custom dimension, it can stitch together, it can deduplicate your sessions, and where you have an overall view of all the properties, all your source properties that are linked to that rollup property, the parent properties. And here on the right, I've attached a couple of setups, a couple of recommendations on how you can use rollup properties. To bear in mind, a rollup property is only one, you can only have one rollup property per account. But here you have, for example, a global rollup property where all the source property from your organization are flowing to one rollup property, one global rollup property. So that's one example. And there's also another example where you can have brands, rollup per brand. So you set up your account structure per brand. So each account would be reference to one brand. And in your brand, you can have all your countries, all your markets, or that belong to that brand and have one rollup property. So when you have this property that links for your brand, you have this overall vision, all the transaction, all the goals, all your campaigns, all your reports to one rollup property. I'm going to leave that to you, Aria.
So in summary, we've covered 6 5 recommended analytics setups, which would be bot filtering, linking GA to your Google Media, capturing the right data, auto tagging and referral exclusions, and roll-up properties. All of these are some recommendations and tips we wanted to share with you so that you can have a GA account health and follow those 3 steps of having account settings implementation, usage implementation, and data accuracy implementation, as we mentioned before. Lastly, we would like to remind you of the different technical support channels that are available. Hopefully the Help Center articles gave you and your developer teams the tools to improve your GA health. But for more in-depth questions, through GA Standard, you can connect with us via the Help Center. And with GA 360, you have in-product helps, the in-product help through live chat and email with our support specialists. As you can see, you can find it at the top right corner of your analytics account. You just go into the question mark, and at the bottom of that, you'll have the option to live chat or send us an email. The idea is that by using the live chat or email, you get more, you request our help for in-depth troubleshooting or for more in-depth assistance or technical audits. So yeah, the next steps would be keep going after improving your GA account health. And now we're going to go over some questions.
So first question is, in tracking info session settings, what is the ideal campaign timeout? Could you please give insights on what to take into consideration when setting this up? So session timeout by default is set up to 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, if a user stays longer than 30 minutes, it will be counted as 2 different sessions. So this really depends on the type of business you're using. For example, if you are in the gaming industry and your users stay longer on your website, or you streamline lots of videos and your videos are longer than 30 minutes, you don't want to set this up. You want to change the timeout to longer than 30 minutes. As this will impact your sessions and will impact your tracking. So this is a good question, and you should be careful about this and looking at what matters the most. Ideally, 30 minutes is what would be recommended, but some businesses will have different needs. Is there any other questions? No more questions. Okay. Well, thank you today for joining us. I hope you liked it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll come back to you. And we will also share this deck to you for all the documentation and how to implement everything.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.